G'day viewers, video time again!
Yay!
Okay, now, I had an idea. This is something that actually happened to someone I know, and I thought it was worth talking about.
You know people?
Vaguely.
Other than us?
You know, I may have read it in a
about
newspaper. It may not have been an actual human I interacted with. But, okay, Guy is, he's a single guy. He's an adult guy. I'm not sure exactly where he came into contact with this female, if it was on chat roulette or Twitter or something. But anyway, it ends up, let's, just see each other on Skype type thing, a webcam. And she starts things off like, I want to have some sexy times. And she's an adult, right? Okay, so they're both adults.
Consenting
she goes,
adults.
Sexy times, and she gets the gear off, and she goes, I want to see you, stud. And he gets his gear off, and then they're doing the jacking it, watching each other. And then, after that, she says, I recorded all that, and I'm going to put it up on porn sites and YouTube unless you put €500 in this account. So, that's what I call a teaching opportunity. Okay, and the first one, I haven't talked to him in detail about exactly how it happened, but on the one front, I would say, if something looks too good to be true,
Probably
maybe it is. Yeah, and so if this was a complete stranger who off the bat said, let's go sexy times. Look, it happens. It's the internet. It happens. You get lucky sometimes. But, a little bit of caution doesn't go straight. And I have no idea how long this female may have been grooming him, because I've seen things happen online where someone builds up for weeks sometimes, makes you feel there's a connection and a sense of intimacy. This is not just the internet, by the way. This is real life as well.
Yeah, and then they'll grab what they can. There's a lot of the Nigerian scammers and that sort of stuff do that on dating sites. They set up, and then not without asking you directly, give me money. It's like, my uncle's sick, or I really want to come and visit you, or this, but I can't afford it. And these lovely, trusting people say, oh, well, I'll put the money in your account and you come and visit me, because they've built up a relationship over time.
Yeah. So you do and have to be careful. And I don't want to say the internet's evil, because it has been happening in real life forever. But
and where on this? Just watch a current affair. You'll see all those gold digger stories of the man who scams the rich women, or the rich women that scam the rich women. That's, you know what I'm talking about. Mouth's not working.
This mate of mine, who's not a rich guy, he freaked out and he wanted to get the money together, and he's scrabbling together any bit of money he can to try and get $500. And ladies, I could just bring out $500 like that. Ladies, no, really.
This guy.
It was a fair effort for him to pull together this cash. And fortunately, when he was trying to borrow money off a mate, this wasn't me. I've got this third hand. Who eventually said why, because he was still totally freaked out. And luckily, the friend talked him out of it. Clearly, said, you pay an extortionist once, you'll be paying them forever. And the other bit I want to see, the other learning bit is dude, seriously, you were worried that they were going to say everyone's going to see it, and sure, they could try and put it maybe on something like your Facebook feed.
That would get flagged.
Yeah, it wouldn't last long. No. But the other thing, he's worried about, it'll be on, if they put it on a porn site or YouTube, it'll be seen by everyone.
Everyone will see it.
Dude, how are you making videos that get seen by everyone? I can't make videos that get... It's not going to be seen by that many people. And honestly, and this is the other thing I want to say to everyone out there, if this ever happens to someone you know, a friend, an acquaintance, someone you work with, maybe someone you're at school with, and look, the first impulse is going to be, ew, he or she is gross. It's not. It's an adult thing.
It's an adult thing. People, we all have our little quirks that we do, cyber sex or sexting, or, reading erotica, or people, horniness is across the board, and a lot of people get off in different ways. And this idea of shame, we talk about shame a lot, and shame is associated a lot with sex. And if no one was actually ashamed of it, it'd be like, okay, cool, post it up. Hey, here's my mum's address. No, I wouldn't say that. But, I think a lot of that is built on the fact that people go, no. If you were to go, all right, send me the link when it's up.
Yeah. And even, if it was your interpersonal relationship in your bedroom, if that got broadcast everywhere, you probably wouldn't be too keen on it. But why is that different from a casual thing, or a cyber sexy thing?
I think it's very different when it comes to this issue that we've talked about before with teenagers cyber sexing each other and sending photos, and then that goes viral, and going viral just in your high school is life changing. If you're an adult and something gets on a porn site, usually we have the tools as adults to cope with that, and all that sort of stuff. Teenagers not so much, and that's another video which we'll talk about soon as well. Yeah,
but if it happens to you, if you're on the receiving end, try not to freak out, because seriously, in all probability, unless you're a teacher at a Catholic high school or something, it's probably not going to have that big an effect on you.
Yeah, don't worry.
Hey, it could make your career. Look at Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, all those.
Seriously,
sex tape.
People who have
not
massive
me.
careers.
I don't have sex tape.
Sex tape. It's if it happens to you, it's probably not as bad as you think. Yes, it would be embarrassing, and you go, "Oh God, please don't bring it up at the party again, please." Oh God, Christmas dinner, we're going to talk about my sex tape again. Great.
But I really think, and what I said before, call their bluff.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Send me the link when it's up. That's going to be rad. I'm going to distribute it.
Which will set them back a bit. But because the fact is, if somebody is, and this is criminal activity, if they, and often it's organised criminal activity, it's not random. It can be random, but you can't stop them. You can't pay them off, so you might as well embrace it. Like I say, it'll probably put them off, oh yeah.
Excellent. I've always wanted to be a porn star.
I love people watching me jerk it. If you do this, hundreds of people are going to see me jerk it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I really think it's that calling the bluff. It's standing up to the bully. It's not allowing the fear of terrorism. It's all this sort of stuff. These things work on the fact that you will be affronted by it, and you will be offended by it, and you will be upset by it. If you're not upset, if you can go cool, then really you've won half the battle anyway. And then if it does go up, then there are other ways to deal with it. And like Angry said, you're probably not going to get seen by that many people.
And look, seriously.
And then, if you are seen, sorry, just to interrupt.
Go ahead.
It's like, so you were watching porn. If someone comes in, it's like people often say to me because I go to a lot of sort of swingers parties and adult events like that. What happens if you run into someone I know? I'm like, well, they're
both at the same
also running into someone they know. You go, cool, didn't know that about before. Let's catch up next weekend.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. It's a really non-event. So,
I just want to round off say, if you ever find out that it's happened to someone you know, don't be a judgmental jerk. Look, it would be a reflex reaction, like, oh, really?
You jerked off on camera?
But just get over it. Don't give someone a hard time over it.
No.
It's an adult thing. Shit happens, and move on. As long as it was consensual on both sides, even if one person turned out to be a scammer. That's the only time I get judgmental, if something happened that wasn't consensual.
Yes.
That's the only time. And that means by law, anyone underage, it can't be consensual. And between adults, if somebody was tricked, like if they weren't actually on their own, if they weren't on their own webcam, if someone hid a camera, that's like the lowest.
And that's very different. That's
also criminal.
Criminal and horrible, and
that's not fair.
Yeah, I actually wrote a thing about that as well, about being someone filming me while I was on a job once, and it's and I caught them and I grabbed the phone and I deleted it and I left, and I'm and someone said, well, how do you know how many others haven't? You haven't caught? And I'm like, well, I don't.
Yeah.
I like to trust people, because I think trust is trust, but it's that's actually illegal to film somebody without their consent.
So just don't be a judgmental jerk. I mean, stuff happens. People occasionally make less than completely shrewd life choices, and move on. I mean, if they're not hurting someone, it's mildly embarrassing, but just get on.
And don't bring it up.
No, don't bring it up. Don't be a jerk about it.
Don't go out for drinks with your friends later and be like, hey, remember that time you pulled your dick out?
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah. So just be cool about it, because honestly, what happens sexually between adults, not that big a deal, so long as everyone's on board with it. All right? So think about that, and I'm throwing in a disclaimer, not secretly about me. Okay? Not in a sex tape, didn't get on Skype, and there's not a video of me having sex with anyone floating around. That didn't happen.
Really is not.
There's videos of me.
Not with us.
Not with them, but there's videos of you.
Now I'm sad. I wasn't going to be sad at the start of this video.
We're going to turn this one off so these guys can have some time. The video will be online later.
Bye.
See ya.